Hey there, students. We're going to be talking about lesson 1.6 today, the least common multiple, or the LCM. So first thing today, we are going to go over some of your bell work. So I'm going to do this first multiplication, double-digit multiplication, and then I'm going to have you do the other one on your own. So I'm going to go 4 times 7 is 28. 8 times 7, so I went here. Now I'm going to go there. So 7 times 8 is 56, plus 2 is 58. Put a 0. 4 times 4 is 16. Then we have 4 times 8 is 32, plus 1 is 33. Sorry, I don't know why I put a 3 right there, but I was thinking of something else, so there we go. I erased it. Here we go. Now we're going to go 8. That is 14, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 3. 3,948. I want to, on this next one, I was just thinking there is another way to do double-digit multiplication that some of you might like better. And so I'm going to show that to you right now. So we write these in expanded form. So 90 plus 4, so 94. And we go 30 plus 3. Now, this is a little different, but it follows the same principle. So we're going to go 3 times 4 is 12. Now, 3 times 90, well, what's 3 times 9 is 27 with a 0. So we have 270. Now we go and we go, so we went here and here, there and there. Now we are going to go 30 times 4. Well, 4 times 3 is 12 with a 0, so 120. And on this last one, so we went there, now this last one is 30 times 90. Well, 3 times 9 is 27 with 2 zeros. So 2,700. Now, if we add all of these up, we get 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 3,120. Now, do you get the same answer when you do it the other way? Yeah, I'll do it. I'll show you. So 4 times 3 is 12, 27, 28. Put a 0. 3 times 4 is 12, 27, 28. So 2, 10, 8, 9, 10, 11, 3. So 3,120. So, yeah, this may, I don't know, whatever way you prefer. This is the way that I learned when I was your age, and I learned this later on, and I sometimes think that it's a better way to multiply. But you just have to understand that you have to know how to do expanded form to be able to do it. And then you don't have to, and then you have to line up your numbers the correct way, and that's it. So hopefully that helps you out a little bit on those. Different way to look at things. Math is, you can use different methods all the time in math. All right, so I'm going to help you on this one, simplify. So I'm going to write this down, PEMDAS. So again, we're looking at order of operations. So we're going to look at the parentheses. That's 1. Remember, this 3 is part of the parentheses, and you're going to multiply. We have an exponent over here. Then we will subtract right here. Well, we already did that because it's in the parentheses. And then the last thing we will do is add. So hopefully that helps you out just a little bit to solve that problem. Use the factoring cake method to find the GCF of 15 and 40. So we talked about that last week. So 15 and 40, we're now going to find the numbers that it has in common. And then we are going to look for the icing over here, and that will give you the greatest common factor. So hopefully some of those pointers kind of help you out there. All right, for the notes section, I'm going to leave this blank for right now, and I will have your teachers will go over what they want you to do there. However, I am going to go over this problem right here. We're finding the lowest common multiple. The list method is the go-to on this. There are other methods that we will introduce to you at a later time, but we want you to be able to use the list method. So I'm going to write 8 here, 10 here, and then I'm just going to draw a line. And we are going to list the multiple, so we're going to use some times tables here. So 10, let's start with 10 because it's easy. So we got 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and we'll stop at 80, but it can go on for a while depending on what you're doing. So the multiples of 8 now, we have 16, 3 times 8 is 24, 4 times 8 is 32, 5 times 8 is 40, whoops. 6 times 8 is 48, 7 times 8 is 56, 8 times 8 is 64, and you can keep going on and on and on and on. We're trying to find what number the overlaps at first. And we can see here that if we scan along, we can see, oh, whoops, I got the wrong thing clicked. We can see that we get to 40 here and we can get to 40 there. So that right there is the least common multiple, 40. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today is we're going to practice listing these out, finding the lowest common multiple. All right, so here we go. We're going to practice this list method here. So we're going to try, and we just did this first one on there. So that 8 and 10, we we already did it. So, and by the way, this is your practice side. I know it doesn't say practice anywhere, so I'm just going to write it right here. But it is your practice side. So yeah, we would list all those out just like we did on your bell work or on your notes. And well, I guess we'll do it just because maybe some of you skipped it. So I'm going to list the common, or just the multiples. So 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I'll go all the way to 100 here. And so I'll go 16, 24, 3 times 8, or sorry, that was 3 times 8. 4 times 8 is 32. 5 times 8 is 40. 6 times 8 is 48. 7 times 8. 7 times 8 is 56. 8 times 8 is 64. 9 times 8 is 72. And 10 times 8 is 80. All right, so now we need to identify where they overlap first. And the place that they overlap, if we scan, you can see, oh, they both have a 40. That's where they overlap first. So 40 is our lowest common multiple. I keep hitting the wrong button. LCM 40. So what it wants us to do on this little number line down here is to skip count. So we're just doing that. We're going to go, okay, well, we went from 8, which is right here, to 16, to 24, to 32, to 40. Then down here we went 20, 30, 40. And we can see that right there is where they overlapped. So that's what we're showing on that number line. So let's do another one of these. Let's look at this 9 and 12. Ooh, that was... Let me erase that. So let's look at 9 and 12 here. So again, we're going to start with our multiplication tables. So we're going to go 18, 27, 4 times 9 is 36, 5 times 9 is 45, 6 times 9 is 54, 7 times 9 is 63. 8 times 9 is 72. 9 times 9 is 81. 10 times 9 is 90. And let's stop there for a minute. Okay, so doing the 12s, we've got 24, 36, 48, 60. 6 times 12 is 72. 7 times 12 is 84. 8 times 12 is 96. 9, well, I don't know. The next one is 108. Then we got 120. Let's stop there for now. Okay, so we got to see, is there any overlap here? So I'm scanning along in here. 4, that's close. 45 and 48's close, but nope. Uh-oh. There is nowhere where it's overlapped so far. So what do? I have to keep going. So let's keep going here. We'll go back up here and go, this one would be 99, and then we've got 108. Oh, okay. So I can see now that there's an overlap at 108 and 108. So there we go. We're going to use that one as our lowest common multiple. So yeah, sometimes this takes some time to list out your numbers and find out those things. On this skip counting down here, it's going to be a little bit difficult because look at where it ends. It ends at 60, and we have to go all the way to 108. So that doesn't help us out very much. So I'm not even going to attempt to try and do that. I identified that it's 108. So I'm going to go lowest common multiple equals 108. Maybe. 108. There we go. So, yeah, that is how you do this. Now, I'm not going to go through number 3 and 4 on the practice because I feel like you're going to get a lot of practice on your assignment. So, let's get you into your assignment. All right, here is your assignment for today. And it wants us to find the lowest common multiple of numbers using lists. So I'm going to come down here to number 1, and we didn't give you nice little boxes, but you can do this on your own. You can go 2 and 7 and draw a line. And we're just going to go, okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I'm going to stop right there for a minute. We may have to come back. Next one, we're going to look at our 7s. We've got 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, and let's stop there for now and see if we have any overlap before we have to do any more, because sometimes we're doing extra work here listing things when we already have it. So, oh, I see a 14 there. Oh, there's a 14 there. So it looks like we're done. We found where they overlap. So we've got a 14 and a 14. So my lowest common multiple equals 14. Okay? So there is how you do lowest common multiples of making lists. So there are some questions for you to try on your own there. So give those a try. Down on the story problems, remember it's still lowest common multiple. So we're going to be looking at this number and this number. Find the lowest common multiple. On this next one, the snooze button on your alarm clock activates the alarm every 5 minutes. The snooze button on your cell phone activates every 7 minutes. Both alarms activate at 7 a.m. You hit the snooze buttons as each alarm activates. At what time are both alarms going to activate again? So at the same time, I think is what it's saying here. So at what time are both alarms activated at the same time? So we're going to say 5 and 7 and find the lowest common multiple for those. So give those a try. Hey, if you're watching the video and you've made it this far, you're pretty good at finding the lowest common multiple using lists. Well, I wanted to just kind of share with you guys a shortcut. So I'm going to use this as an example. I'm going to go, okay, I want to find the, let's look at these two numbers. Let's look at 12 and 16. All right, so here's a hint or a shortcut. You remember back when we talked about greatest common factor, that we used the cake method to find the greatest common factor. We went 12 and 16, and we pulled a number out. Okay, 2, there's 6, there's 8. We can pull another 2 out, and we get 3, and we get 4, and that's as far as it can go. So our birthday candles, remember we went like this. This is our greatest common factor, right? So that is 2 times 2. Greatest common factor equals 4. Did you know you can find the lowest common multiple using your birthday cake? It's possible, and I'm going to show you how right now. So you take this greatest common factor, and then you take the top layer of your birthday cake, which is 3 and 4. So I'm going to take the greatest common factor, which is 4, and I'm going to take this 3, and I'm going to take this 4, and I'm going to multiply all of them together, and that is your lowest common multiple. So 4 times 3 is 12, times 4, that's 48. So my LCM equals 48. So if you want to take a little bit of a shortcut and you don't like listing all those numbers out, and you can remember that, your icing right here is your greatest common factor. And then if you take the icing and the top layer of your cake and multiply those numbers together, it gives you the LCM also. Hopefully that helps you out a little bit.